before he headed into work.
He hit the front of mine and blew the front tire out, and I've already changed my tire.
Deputies say they will check the driver of the car that caused the bus to end up here and see if he was potentially under the influence. They will also be checking to see if he had a medical problem or mechanical problems with his vehicle. In Preble County, Mike Campbell, News Center 7.
The sheriff's office told us James Singleton was driving that car. He's from Camden and had to go to the hospital with serious injuries. The passenger had non-life-threatening injuries.
A church near Cleveland says it's moving forward with several drag-related events this weekend, despite police recommending it cancel them over violent threats. The church has 2 drag brunches and a story hour scheduled this weekend, and held a vigil this week as a show of support. The Chester Township Police Chief told organizers he supports their right to host the events, but is worried about protests and recommended they cancel it.
It's sad. It makes me angry a little bit, mainly because it's such a misunderstanding. People really have no idea what it is, and so they are making up lies about us, and that's terrifying.
Organizers have asked that only people who bought tickets to the event attend this weekend's event, and that they are ready for whatever happens.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast with meteorologist Robert Gauthreaux III.
And Robert, just in the last several minutes, now under a tornado watch.
Correct.
Until early tomorrow morning, when it's 5 o'clock to 5 a.m.
For the whole viewing area as well. And while the main threat still is going to be wind, you're going to have a much better chance at seeing strong wind than a tornado. But we have seen some isolated tornadoes embedded with this system as it's moved through Illinois, as it's moved through Indiana, and as we mentioned in other parts of the country too, such as Arkansas. Now, the risk for severe weather is greater out there, but we do have that risk. Thus, the National Weather Service has issued the tornado watch in every red county you see, which is every county that can watch me right now, a WHIO. Notice how warm it is as well. It's warmer than it was earlier in our earlier evening broadcasts. It's 61 degrees right now in Dayton. And again, that is until 5 a.m., this tornado watch. So we do have a couple little isolated cells kind of popping into our Indiana counties at the moment. But the main line of storms, it's pushing its way through Indiana, and it is breaking up a little bit, but there's still some potential energy there, which is why you see a lot of those flashing polygons. We call them polygons because a long time ago, the National Weather Service used to issue warnings for the entire county, even if you were nowhere near the storm. Now they have these polygon shapes, which tries to do a little bit of a better job and actually showing the areas under risk for either a severe thunderstorm warning, which are these polygons in yellow, or the red ones, which are actually tornado warnings. And so you can see north of Indianapolis, Kokomo, also near Peru, Indiana. So we're seeing some. We're finally just starting to see a warning of some type, and in this case, it's a severe thunderstorm warning well toward our north as you get to the east of Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's just crossing the state line. And look, there's another one that popped up just now for the northeastern part of Indiana. So there are warnings all across the state from northeast to southwest. We're looking at mainly severe thunderstorm warnings, which is what you'll most likely see as far as what severe weather is concerned, and that's going to mainly be strong wind. But you'll notice that there is an isolated tornado here and there as well, so we'll have to watch. Now, the Futurecast shows that this is going to be coming into our viewing area fairly soon. By the time it gets to Dayton, it might be closer to 12:30, 1 o'clock. Here's a look at 12:30 a.m., and that's when the line is just approaching I-75 as well as Dayton. So it's going to be a bit rumbly. It's definitely going to be a bit windy. And again, you're going to want to leave a phone or something on or know a weather radio in case there is a tornado warning for where you live. And it moves through fairly quickly. You can even see some clearing skies as early as 3 a.m. But we're not quite done with the active weather yet. We might be done with the threat for tornadoes, but into tomorrow we do have some showers, perhaps even a few flurries as the temperature drops, but it's going to be windy. You can see wind gusts increasing tomorrow throughout really the entire day. Here's a look at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, evening, and you're still looking at winds of about 40 miles per hour. So once this system comes through, it's going to be a very windy day, which is why we have wind advisories in effect across, again, the entire viewing area from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow as the temperature drops throughout the day. We're going to be warmest right after midnight, and you can see by the afternoon, we're already getting into the 40s and then the 30s later that night, which is why our low temperature, if you will, is actually warmer than our high temperature because Around sunrise, it'll be about 50. By the afternoon, mid-40s, very breezy. Sunday, not a bad day. And then we're actually in the 70s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with the chance for some showers each day. So we have an active day of weather ahead of us after we get past this threat for severe storms.
Thank you. And then there were four teams, much of the country, did not pick to be the last team still standing in the NCAA tournament.
And you'll see the games here on Channel 7. We'll also hear from the teams playing and the broadcaster who will be calling the shots for the last time.